English, not that heavy that you understand the way it is. It's very simple, and a normal language, just like any other language, it is comprised of with sentences. Now, a sentence also has three things in it. What are those three things? I will be telling you in a while. To start with, the today's topic would be where to use who and whom in a sentence. But before that, I will introduce you to the basic concept of a sentence and what does a sentence comprise of. Okay? A sentence has three things, three parts: subject, verb, and object. Subject in a sentence means anything or whatever performing the action. Verb in a sentence means the actual action being performed. And object, anything or whatever receiving the action. So without these three things, a sentence will be incomplete in English. Okay? So whenever you talk, or even if you write, you should be very clear that your sentences should have these three things for it to be complete. Okay? Now, just to give you an example for your better understanding, Ria is watching the stars. It's a very small, tiny sentence. Ria is watching the stars. Ria, the subject, is watching the verb, the stars, the object. Ria सितारे देख रही है. Ria जो सब्जेक्ट है, जो कि उस एक्शन को परफॉर्म कर रही है. Verb देख रही है means watching, and object the stars जिसको वो देख रही है. Stars, that is the object. So just this was a very basic and an easy example for you to understand कि कोई भी सेंटेंस इंग्लिश में ऐसे नहीं बनता है, और ये उसके कुछ पार्ट्स हैं जिसकी वजह से एक सेंटेंस को हम कंप्लीट मानते हैं, राइट? वरना उसमें कहीं ना कहीं कोई ना कोई कमी रहेगी या फिर कोई ग्रामेटिकल मिस्टेक हो सकती है. ठीक है? नाउ अनदर एग्जांपल, जॉन कॉट द बॉल. अ वेरी रैंडम एग्जांपल आई जस्ट टुक अप. जॉन कॉट द बॉल. अगेन, जॉन जो कि सब्जेक्ट है, कॉट उसने कैच की. वर्ब का मतलब होता है एक्शन परफॉर्म हुआ, तो एक्शन क्या परफॉर्म हुआ? उसने बॉल कैच की. कैच की इज द वर्ब, और बॉल इज द ऑब्जेक्ट. उसने क्या कैच किया? उसने बॉल कैच करी. तो किसने रिसीव किया उस एक्शन को? बॉल ने. जॉन कॉट द बॉल. सब्जेक्ट, वर्ब एंड ऑब्जेक्ट. Very simple, and I mean I will not even take much time for explaining this to you because it's very basic, and I think even with these two examples you will understand कि मेरा concept क्या है और मैं ये बताना क्यों चाह रही हूँ, right? Now मैं ये आपको introduce इसलिए किया because the topic that we are choosing today, that where to use who and whom in a sentence, is somewhat indirectly related to this concept of a subject and object. Okay, now who can be used in terms of a subject in the sentence, and whom refers to the object in the sentence. Okay, so now because we have understood what a subject and an object means, who will be used wherever subject is being used, whom will be used wherever the object is being used. Now this is very simple, guys. Please do not confuse with this, because when you start writing it now, you'll understand कि concept बहुत simple है. Okay, so nothing to worry about, because I'm giving you some verbal examples, and I'll be writing the examples in the description box for you to check out, and you'll actually start relating to it when you start speaking. Okay, then who refers to the subject and whom to the object. But then because you should know what a subject and object is, I told you the introduction of that. Now, when I was researching on the topic, I realized one thing, that there is a trick to remember. Whenever you feel confused, just follow this trick that I'll be telling you, and 99% of the times you will not face any problems judging of where to use who and whom in a sentence. Okay? For example, if any word which can be replaced with he or she in the sentence, in that statement who can be used. I'll be giving you the examples, but first let's understand the meaning and the expression of the sentence. Okay, anything or any word which can be replaced with he and she words, in that statement you can use the word who. Now similarly, If in any statement the words can be replaced with him or her, then in that statement you can use whom. Okay, now the examples that I'll be giving, they are, for example, who ate my pizza? Whom ate my pizza? Now these are two examples with the same line. Who ate my pizza? Whom ate my pizza? Now for those who already know the correct answer and the incorrect answer, you will judge it, right? But even if for those you know, you can apply the trick that I just told you. For example, who ate my pizza? She ate my pizza, he ate my pizza, या फिर her ate my pizza या him ate my pizza? Which one is correct? She ate my pizza. Now, because the words can be replaced with he and she, that means who ate my pizza is the correct line and not whom ate my pizza. Okay? You got it? I am giving you these examples after following the trick that I just told you, and I am applying that trick for that better understanding, so that you can understand and relate to it, जो कि मैं explain करना चाह रही हूँ, right? Then second example is, who should I talk to about my maths percentage? Whom should I talk to about my maths percentage? See, always remember one thing, the expression of the sentence will not change. The meaning of the sentence will not change. But just by replacing it with the word who and whom, you might grammatically make mistakes in that sentence. Okay? So to avoid those grammatical errors, the trick will follow here. Now, whom should I talk to about my maths percentage and who should I talk to about my maths percentage? हो सकता है सुनने में लगे कि दोनों ठीक है. But if we follow the trick that I just told you, you will understand कि क्या सही है और कौन सा गलत है. Whom should I talk to? I can talk to her या him. I can talk to she या he. Now judge it. I can talk to him या her. I can talk to she or he. Which one will suit? I can talk to him. Otherwise, हमारा English में जो sentence है वो क्या होगा? I can talk to him. So when you are able to replace it with him and her, the trick says you can use whom. And when you are able to replace it with he and she, then you can use the word who. So in this example, with who should I talk to about my maths percentage and whom should I talk to about my maths percentage, the last one, whom should I talk to about my maths percentage, is the correct answer. Okay, because I can talk to him, I can talk to her, I cannot talk to he or I cannot talk to she. Simple. So this 2 minutes trick, actually, it's actually a 2-minute trick to follow. You just need to remember, and because you should also know what a subject and an object is. Okay, because that will actually help you realize that you should also not be changing the expression of the sentence. The sentence should be grammatically correct also, and obviously it will be grammatically correct only when you are using the right words to explain. Okay, so very simple. It was just a simple trick that I researched and I got to know that that can be shared. So this was the video, and this was the topic that I wanted to cover. So you can do one thing, guys. You can come up with more examples so that we can judge that whether is this trick even correct to follow, reliable to follow, or not. Okay. And secondly, to end my video again, I will be giving you one new word for today, and the new word is atrocious. Okay, I think many of you would have heard of this word, atrocious. Atrocious means cruel. It means evil, something very brutal or terrible. Okay, now all the meanings of this word, like brutal, evil, terrible, cruel, the meanings also have other different meanings. So always try to frame such a sentence that will bring out the exact meaning of atrocious. Okay, try doing that, because in specific sentences you might be using the word cruel, that will bring out the meaning of atrocious, and in some other sentences the word meaning might be evil, right? And then it will give you some other expression of the sentence. So do not forget this, that one word can have many meanings. The expression of the meanings is the same, but when put into a sentence might change the meaning of the sentence. So do not forget to learn this also while practicing. Okay, so the new word is atrocious. Try making out sentences and giving out the correct meaning of the word. And till then, I'll be coming up with my next video, and somewhat about similar topics that I have covered today. And more importantly, I would like to say that, guys, never stop learning and never stop practicing. Okay, happy learning, happy practicing. Keep on practicing. This will help you. This will help you talk in much more fluent manner. And obviously, when you are able to talk properly, you will be able to write things properly, because in today's era both writing and speaking involve a very huge percentage when it comes to English speaking skills. Obviously, speaking skills, because the name has speaking and it doesn't only mean speaking. You are supposed to write many other things to complement your speaking skills, and that starts with writing practices. Okay, so try writing also, try practicing when writing, and you will see that difference yourself. You will see that difference. Okay, so till then, goodbye, take care. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel, guys. This is a huge motivation. When you do this, you are giving me much more power and a good amount of incentive to make much more good videos for the future. Okay, so bye bye, take care, and please hit the bell icon for new and next videos. Thank you.